Hey guys, Dylan here, and we're doing another CWCville podcast. This was Chris Chan's house tour. Both Julie and Ivy suggested Chris to do this. Everybody knows what's going to happen after this, so we'll get to that next time. This time we're just going to look at the house, judge what we think about it, and then just talk over Chris Chan, the usual.
I'm ready.
I don't think Chris talks a lot in this, though. I think it's mostly just him waving a camera around.
The most he does is grunt and annoy his cats, I think.
So we're going to do both videos. We're going to get the tour of Chris Chan's house done, and then we're going to get the outside tour done in one go.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Let's do it.
We start off at the camera, like, dislodged somewhere, and Chris is moaning.
And like I said, he just starts off with grunting. He's good at that, though. It's pretty hard for him not to grunt.
What room are we in? What room are we in to begin with? Is this the bathroom? Are we on the floor?
That looks like a shower curtain on the right.
Yeah, like
I think
why
we're
would
on
you
like the counter for the sink.
Why did he start here?
He's got done shitting.
That's the moaning.
He's passing a nice soft shit. He really is shitting.
Does he realize the camera's on for like 16 seconds before he picks it up?
This is a really good tour thus far. I'm learning a lot about his household.
Pick it up!
Is that like a postal service box?
It looks like a USPS envelope, so I don't know. He did order a lot of porn.
That's where he's putting his poops. The toilet doesn't work anymore. He's gonna mail his shit. Oh, there we go.
Finally, 34 seconds in, and he finally picks up the fucking camera.
Still recording?
Still recording? I think he was using the bathroom.
What was he recording before then?
I don't know. He said, is this still recording? Did he record this one second and then the other one first? Or was he doing a test run and forgot that it was on?
He might have been recording something totally different. Like he might have done like a different video, I guess.
That's weird. Oh, is this just improv? Like he realized the camera's on, he's like, oh fuck, gotta do something. Might as well just do the house tour.
Don't want to waste all that fucking tape.
Anyway, that was the bathroom.
Is he using like a different like recorder for this? This looks like the one that he did the Christmas video with, the VHS one.
I wouldn't be surprised, because I couldn't see him buying a new camera any other time. This is the exact same quality, and even then, we know his original camera did like it was a VHS camcorder, so and he had some sort of tool to convert it to an MP4. So it's probably the same exact one.
I wish he would have done his vlogs with this camera. It's actually not that bad, besides the discoloration.
But if he didn't use the PlayStation Eye and shit, it wouldn't have had that iconic look and sound.
Oh yeah, that fucking hum, that large beeping that you can't cut out.
And skipping and the piss lens.
The fucking birthday boy filter.
Iconic. We stand.
I have to fix the door. Here's a bathroom.
A bathroom, not his in particular, just a
Do
bathroom.
they have two bathrooms?
No, I think this is the only bathroom he has, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. This is
the
where
other bathroom is the room where Barb shits, when she just vegetates on the couch.
This is kind of ominous, because this is where the house fire would begin.
Oh god.
So we're seeing the beginning of the end with this bathroom being disarray.
This was when he started the fire, he was trying to use an appliance in the bathroom, right?
Yeah, like what happened is he had an appliance plugged in there, and it was a coffee maker, I think, and he kept opening and closing the door on the cord, and the cord wore down, and then the fucking cord sparked and caught everything on fire.
That's that's Chris, all right.
He
God
was fucking
damn.
making coffee in the bathroom. That's not the type of brewing you're supposed to be doing in there. Oh yeah, and he tried to sue the coffee maker company. He tried to sue Keurig. Yeah. He threatened to sue
Asshole.
them, and they said the cord being defective was your fault. You slammed the door in it.
They should have said you should have had it in the fucking bathroom to begin with. What an asshole.
He threatened to sue them, and he sent them emails, and they said that they deemed that it wasn't their fault, that it was him, and it wore down naturally.
It's got to be such an unpleasant sensation, the taste of coffee with the scent of shit.
Oh, God.
Ew.
It probably gets in the taste.
Oh, and he probably drinks it like all loaded up with sugar, so it's just straight sugar water. And he's got the scented chocolate and all the nasty scents infusing with it. Oh, that's delightful. That's a Chandler family special.
I take my shower here often.
See, that's what I was talking about, though, the discoloration. It'll change colors whenever new lighting is introduced, because it's trying to, like, autocorrect the lighting. And it pisses me off, because it'll be yellow, then it will flash bright pink, then it will change back to white.
His house is just disproportionately lit.
Yeah, it's terrible. They'll have lamps just placed about, plugged in randomly.
Ugh, gross.
Use some Axe Head and Shoulders.
His shower looked fucking gross. It was like brown. Like a dark brown all over the wall of it.
Told you his toilet doesn't work. He's got to improvise.
Well, I mean, he shits himself a lot, so I assume he has to wash it off.
It gets all up his back like he's a fucking child and he can't reach it, so he rubs his back on the wall like a bear in a tree.
God.
Got some sink and commode.
Mode.
Got a card table there.
There should not be a table in your bathroom. Why
He
the
spends a lot of time on the shitter.
If you spend that much time where you need a fucking card table, what are you doing? Playing Yu-Gi-Oh with yourself?
That's where he sets his coffee. Or did.
There's my card table. Totally normal thing to have in my bathroom.
Playing solitaire with one hand and wiping your ass with the other.
I don't think he knows how to play solitaire.
You're
probably right, all things considered.
I would sometimes sit up when I want to play cards in my room or something, or when I want to do some work. It's the kitchen.
There's a TV located, or is that a computer monitor? Right in the kitchen.
I mean, for the entertainment, so you can watch Saturday morning cartoons with your can of fucking Chef Boyardee spaghetti, I guess.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the computer that he had to resort to doing his masturbation at when his computer broke.
That mortifies me, knowing that he was jerking off in the fucking kitchen.
I know, and Barb's right there.
Oh, how does she not hear any of it when he was beating his dick? Because she was so fat, there's no way she could move.
There's, like, at this point, she's morbidly obese. Like, she can hardly get up.
When Bob walks in, when he's beating his dick, that's here, right?
No. He walks into Chris's room.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little off my fucking concerns then. Okay.
Yeah, he has to go to the kitchen when his computer breaks, and I don't remember why his computer breaks. I think it's because the power went out. I think the power went out and it broke his computer, because I guess he didn't have it in a surge protector, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, probably killed the PSU. Yeah. Typical Chris.
Well, I just decided to leave the tree up without the star on top.
They never take down that tree. In all the videos I've seen, like, they had that tree up.
They were just prepared for the next holiday season.
Imagine living in a house where there's a Christmas tree up all year round. Just a giant tree.
To Chris,
in the
it's
front
probably
room.
nice. He probably likes it because he's basically a kid, and kids love Christmas time. What's better than Christmas for 1 month? How about 12 months of fucking Christmas?
Well, it's like eating cake. Do you want to eat cake every day?
Yeah.
I don't. That's too much cake.
Shit.
It's too much of a nice thing.
Variety. Who the fuck cares if you get diabetes? So what if you get fucking sick? It's cake, bro.
I'd get tired of it. You can't eat that much cake.
That's where you and I differ. I can do it. I might go into a diabetic coma, but I could do it up until then.
God.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess.
Look at all those fucking dishes. There's coffee pots, there's coffee mix, random mugs, dishes piled up everywhere.
You know, I have a hard time believing they ever had any sort of clean silverware or plates or anything. I refuse to believe they have running water at this point. It's pretty fucking dirty.
I love how instead of him doing the dishes, he'd rather buy like paper plates and shit than to actually just clean. Like, this isn't that big of a mess to clean up. Like, spend a day or two and you can get this kitchen clean. But
yeah,
they just don't
easily.
want to.
Oh, because they're fucking lazy. They're all lazy.
Like, hoarding is one thing, but this is just being a lazy piece of shit. Like, these dishes could be put in the cabinet.
God, like, I'll fucking stack like 3 plates next to my desk when I'm being a lazy fuck, but I can't imagine even having a kitchen this out of fucking array. It would drive me insane. It would make me claustrophobic.
At least we got enough room to warm up a pizza, wash dishes.
The oven and the microwave are the only things he can use. And he said wash dishes. You're not washing a dish. Maybe one plate. There's no way you're washing all those.
No, if they were washed, they'd be put away.
I know. Like, what the fuck? And there's shit all over his microwave, too. That's a hazard. You're not supposed to have all that shit stacked on your microwave.
God, it would have to be hell to live in there because there'd always have to be the concern of what the fuck is going to topple over me and kill me.
That's what I'd be afraid of. There are some hoarders in, like, New York in, like, the, like, mid-1900s, and they got fucking squished by their own garbage and died.
That's how I want to go, under a pile of wet clothes and mold.
Terrible.
All that good stuff. Bare essentials. And this was...
How can you be tricked into doing this? Look at all this fucking garbage. How can you film this and be like, yeah, this is a good thing. I'm gonna put this on the internet.
Because Chris is retarded. I mean, there's no other explanation. Any rational adult would be like, "Wow, this is a terrible fucking idea." I bet this will go over well. People are going to like my living situation.
They're gonna compliment
I'm sure everybody everybody lives in a pile of fucking cardboard and old shit.
What even is half of this shit? The camera is so terrible, I can't even see what he's stacking up everywhere.
It looks like a tornado went through an Amazon packaging facility. Like, what the fuck?
The living room.
Oh, it's boxes. A lot of it is just boxes.
Yeah, in case I need to, put shit somewhere. Or put things in shit.
Before we...
There's toys everywhere, too.
Yeah, those are Chris's, no doubt.
I'm just really trying to get a good squint at what the fuck all this shit is.
Do you think... We know Barb is the biggest contributor, but do you think Chris is part of the problem here too? Like, do you think Chris would just throw shit down just like Barb?
I mean, I have to assume Chris is at least partially contributing to this, because this looks like it's some of his shit too.
Why didn't Bob put his foot down years before?
Because Bob doesn't care. And Bob is obviously a hoarder too, because he fucking had so many records and stamps and shit.
That's true. That's true. I guess he was a collector and Barb was a collector of fucking trash.
Yeah, his shit was worth something. They just collect garbage. Oh, that's just the upstairs?
Oh, fuck me.
We're not even down to Barb's living quarters yet?
Oh. Why is the kitchen upstairs?
Maybe this is a basement.
Oh, maybe. But they have a 2-floor house, right?
Yeah, they do have a 2-floor. Was that the kitchen? It had a stove. Yeah. It has to be the kitchen. Why is the kitchen upstairs?
That's weird. Usually they keep the kitchens on the ground floor.
I don't know who'd put a kitchen above.
Fucking people in Virginia, man.
It's front door.
Their kitchen is upstairs near the bathroom. Why?
I fucking hate that. That is annoying.
So what, they have 2 living rooms downstairs?
That's fucking weird to me. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I've lived in 2-story houses, and I've never lived in one that had a fucking kitchen upstairs.
I've never seen one like that before. I'd be worried because, like, because if you get like a leaky faucet or something, it's just gonna go through the fucking floor, and then you're gonna have to worry about structural damage. But that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Go outside. See some of it.
It looks like he's a prisoner, just like barely
He does.
aiming it through the crack in the door.
It reminds me of when he went ghost hunting and they put the camera through the crack on the boarded up door. It's like he's sheltered off from the rest of the world, surrounded by trash.
That's terrible. I remember someone wrote a creepypasta about, like, it's the end of the world or whatever, and Christian's house is, like, abandoned, and they're exploring it, and they're like, it's covered in filth, and there's some type of weird medallion, and, like, the medallion's haunted. This really does look like a ghost house.
Oh, I hate that.
Hello, kitty.
I feel bad for every animal he owns. They always look like they're not taken care of at all.
Always unkempt, and they're always really skittish.
Yeah, it's because he grabs them randomly.
Typical fucking Chris. Can't even read a cat.
Good night. Kitty, kitty. Hello, kitty, kitty.
But then again, I think a lot of his animals are strays that they just kidnap. So that's probably why they look so terrible.
And then they fucking die at the clutches of Chris in the Chandler house. So
And then-
it's a death pit.
People complain when everyone's like, get these animals away from Chris. They're like, you're so cruel. And it's like, no, he's cruel. He's cruel because he knows he can't take care of animals, but he keeps trying.
Yeah, he's a terrible fucking owner for any sort of pet. I'd be scared if he had kids, man.
He
can't
should
even handle
never
fucking
have a kid,
animals.
ever.
I would be terrified if somehow the state let him adopt a child.
That's what I was saying. Like, it seems like by now he would have tried to adopt Crystal, but he's always had the firm stance of it has to be a blood child.
Yeah, gotta have seminal descent.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to raise a child unless it's his.
Oh, fuck.
Kitty.
Go downstairs further. This would be the music room again before it got cluttered. But now
Oh, so Bob has a whole room downstairs dedicated to music.
Oh, so it's probably just packed with shit, too.
Well, yeah, he said before it got cluttered. Oh, we got a super chat. Rogue has the best Christian voice.
No, I don't. It sounds nothing like him. That's a
I don't think
lie.
anyone can sound like him. People said Liquid was spot on, but Liquid's doesn't even sound like Chris.
Liquid sounds like a Netflix adaptation of Chris.
Yeah, and I think most people's, mine included, are just a knockoff of Liquid's voice.
Yeah, just very effeminate. That's all you can really do to impersonate Chris.
I've heard other people from Virginia talk like Chris, but I've never heard anyone who tries to sound like Chris sound like Chris.
I've never been, but I got to go to Virginia at some point in a few months.
I've never
and,
been.
I'm terrified.
I've never been,
I'm-
but I lived in Oklahoma my whole life, so there were people from Virginia that would stop in from time to time. So I've
Oh,
heard people
yeah.
from Virginia.
Yeah, I'm terrified of going out that way because I've yet to hear of any good shit happening in Virginia. And if Chris has anything to go by, it's a fucking cesspit.
Well, I hope you're okay, because I don't think you'll ever get used to the kitchen being upstairs if you stay anywhere.
If I have to stay at like a motel or something, and the room is all abut a kitchen, I'll be pissed. The whole room is just a kitchen, and the little tiny room that should be a bathroom, that's the bedroom. That sounds exciting to me.
Virginia's just
Virginia.
backwards.
Yeah, backwards bullshit. Fuck that. I'm not excited.
now my mom sleeps in here often.
Now, since I think of it, why is the only bathroom upstairs? That's also kind of fucked.
Who the fuck built this house?
They're so proud
is
of
like-
this fucking house. They moved back here so they could be here. And it's like, this house is shit. I don't know who designed it.
Dude, it's like some fucking 3-year-old kid playing The Sims, having no idea about fucking house flow. Like, what the fuck?
The kitchen and the bathroom are next to each other, and they're both upstairs.
Oh, there's nothing quite like making a sandwich when you get the scent of shit coming from the bathroom, and then you got to walk downstairs to eat and
Well,
sit
now
next to a pile of clutter. That's nice.
now we know why the parents didn't walk in on him when he was masturbating in the kitchen. The kitchen's upstairs. Like, they have to go upstairs in
True.
order to fucking catch him, and neither of them want to walk unless Bob was trying to kick his ass.
But another thing I was thinking about is if Chris was at that table and the screen is pointing towards the hallway, he was jerking off with his back to the fucking hallway. So even like if they were to walk in on him just beating his dick in the kitchen, they would get like just directly to his back. There would be no distance. It's not like he's on the other side of the room. He's right at the hallway with his dick in his hand.
It's
He's
not
been
like
done.
they'd even be able to fucking see anything because he's so fat. You probably can't even see where his dick is. He's mentioned that was a problem before.
That he couldn't find his penis.
No, that it's hard to find his penis because he's fat.
I'm kind of a big guy myself, but I've never had any situation where I can't find my duck.
He's pretty fat. Like, Christian, before he goes completely broke when Bob dies, he was pretty fucking fat.
He was voluptuous.
He's humped a lot of shit. Chris has humped a lot of shit, but I'll tell you this, mostly everything was troll-induced. I've hardly seen him do any of that shit on his own.
But what about it? Do you think he actively fucked his blow-up doll before the video?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But his PS3, fucking random pillow, I don't buy it.
To be a fly on the wall in that room.
Room.
Because he did crazy shit.
When they sell that house, that room is gonna have tainted fucking memories. It's gonna have, like, ghost memories of Christian.
Yeah, he's gonna, and he's long dead. He's gonna manifest to his traumatic experiences. Like, there's those theories that some ghosts are basically like stuck in a loop, and they're gonna get, like, those investigators to do like fucking heat scans, and they're just gonna see the silhouette of a fat retard fucking a blow-up doll.
There's one theory that There's one theory that ghosts are just memories left on the Earth. Like, if you do something enough, the Earth will remember it. And that's what will happen to the Chandler household. It'll be fucking cursed.
They're just gonna do thermal scans and see a fat silhouette take a shot of something, but they're not quite sure what it is.
There are Christian creepypastas.
Oh, I hate that.
You can kind of see what's in here, and I see 4 different lamps, and I don't like it.
This is the room where Bob took that photo of him reading the IBM book, right?
Yeah, back when it wasn't cluttered.
Yeah, so decades before.
Yeah, that was back when Chris was young.
Oh.
You can kind of see that Bob's area is a little better taken care of, at least compared to other rooms. But there's like so many lamps. Look at all these fucking lamps.
If one of them fell over, the whole fucking room is going to go up in flames.
My family is a bunch of pack rats.
I love how he says that like he's not included.
Yeah, he just totally ignores his own room being just a mess.
He didn't even start with his room.
Of course, because we've seen enough of it.
Downstairs bathroom.
Oh, there is a downstairs bathroom.
Oh, and it's even worse.
It's even tinier.
It looks like the bathroom in Luigi's Mansion. I fucking hate that.
Have you ever heard him
Gross.
bring up the downstairs bathroom?
Nobody does.
That's
for good reason.
weird.
It's haunted.
Like, I guess Chris has a bathroom all to himself, and Barb and Bob have to share this bathroom.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
This one kind of looks moldy. Like, you know how the walls look? Like, they look wet. Like, the shower is making moisture go into the air.
It looks like it would smell like a retirement home.
I can't imagine the smell. Like, my friend, his mom ended up buying this house, and it had old people living in it, and they ended up dying, and their kids sold the house. And when we were clearing everything out of the house, dear God, it fucking reeked. It was the
Oh, yeah.
worst. They were smokers their whole life. They at some point they just quit using the upstairs. So the upstairs was permanently like kids' bedrooms from like the 1960s. And I'm like, what happened here? They said they just couldn't move, so they just didn't go upstairs. And the bedrooms were the same as they were when the kids left.
That had to have been kind of creepy too.
It was.
Seeing
It
the
was eerie.
untouched rooms and shit.
There
Ew,
was
fuck
a
that.
there was a plug and play Pong console hooked up to a TV, and I kept that because I'm like, hey, you don't have to pay me. I'll take this Pong console, and I ended up selling it and got a decent amount out of it. But there was just an
Nice.
old Pong console up there, and it hadn't aged or anything. It still worked.
That tells you how long it's been since people have been actively up there.
Yeah, it was creepy, and that's how it's
That's
gonna be
cool.
for the people who have to clear this house out. Except for they're gonna be bulldozing shit out of there, not carefully picking it up.
Because when Barb dies and Chris eventually has to move somewhere, because I think somebody's gonna take him in. Do you think they'll do an estate sale here?
They're going to do an estate sale, but they're also going to fucking try to sell off this property immediately because she mortgaged it. So all of her debt is settled into this house. So they're going to try to sell it quick if they don't just immediately
shit.
destroy it. So
Man.
whoever is planning on getting Chris's house, you got to swoop in and get that shit. Because when my grandma did that shit, my great-grandma, like, they sold her house immediately. They sold everything in it, and then they immediately got rid of it.
If Chris is forced to move somewhere because he's not gonna be able to take care of the house and they have to auction off a bunch of shit, I want to be at that estate sale. I want to buy some Chris shit. And
I
know
wonder
that he's
just
not
how
getting
much-
any of the money.
I wonder how much debt is tied into the house. That's what I'm curious
Oh.
about.
Unbelievable amounts.
Because, like, I could see a troll buying the house, but it's like, is it worth it with how much effort would have to be put into it?
Turn it into a museum.
That would be an interesting idea, but yet again, like,
Who's gonna go?
you'd have to make it livable for anybody to go into it, and I don't know at this point if it's worth, like, trying to make it livable.
But the only people that are gonna want it are people that know of Chris, and I would say you have to be a little more autistic than Chris to have to want to buy his fucking house.
And I know Josh isn't going to want to buy it. Joshua Moon lives in a
Yeah.
completely different country. I don't think he would want to own a Virginia house.
And anybody with half a brain isn't gonna want this fucking place. It's a hellhole. Just burn it down.
I feel like that would summon some type of demon.
You burn it down and you see like angry, vengeful spirits coming out of the flames.
That opens
It's
up
like
the
when you
dimensional
build on-
merge.
Did you hear about something happening today where Chris was supposed to meet with people about starting the merge using a taser or something?
Oh, yeah, I heard from Gibby's server, because people leak shit from there all the time, that some weens were going to Chris's house to give him a taser and to see if he would tase somebody.
Oh, that's gonna go fucking well.
Yeah, I fucking hate weens, and this is the type of shit that they do. And then, like, I don't know. I don't even know why these people are still
Well,
trying.
But what do you mean leaked? Is his server private?
No, but people just tell me shit that's happening there all the time, thinking I care. Like, they're like, hey,
Oh.
Dylan, did you know this is happening in Gibby's server? Did you know Gibby said this? I'm like, I don't really care.
Does he still meddle with Chris?
Well, he's tied into it, and he talks to people who
Ugh.
do meddle with Chris, but I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. No, yeah, fucking weens, dude.
That's why he's on top of this shit, because he associates with the people that have inside info, and I don't want to fucking
That-
associate with those crazy people.
That, as far as I'm concerned, that makes you complicit. If you know about it and you do nothing to stop it, you're just as bad as the people doing something.
Yeah, I said I didn't want any of his shit. I didn't want any of their shit. Fucking back when Smokey Chris was around, he was mixed up in that shit too, and I'm like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah, that's fucking pathetic. Leave the fucking fat retard alone.
I say, like, if you're gonna do anything, if you're gonna meddle with Chris at all, do something nice for him. Like, make him a gift, send him a postcard, fucking wish him luck or something. Don't fucking bring him a taser.
As much as I resent a lot of the traits of Chris's personality and the bad things he's done, I don't think Chris is evil. And I think Chris, at this point, give Chris a little bit of fucking compassion, because clearly Chris is gone.
Someone
mean,
said
Chris is
Bob's soul is
not
tied
mentally
to
well.
the house.
Oh God.
And that
That
burning it down would free him.
I don't believe you have to kiss Chris's ass or baby him or anything, but just show him a little bit of fucking compassion because Chris is mentally ill. Like he's
Yeah.
not just autistic, but he's clearly experiencing some kind of psychosis. I would argue that trolls made him infinitely fucking worse.
Oh,
And
definitely.
This is what happens when the internet controls your life.
I think that if he wouldn't have been fucked with, he would have ended up like every other love shy, just staying in his house, not bothering anybody, not getting
Yeah.
into any shenanigans. Maybe he would have kept up the love quest, but I don't know.
Like that's where I feel pity for Chris, is with the really harsh shit, the long damning shit that's happened to him. But he still brought a lot of it onto himself.
But then again, Chris said that some of his best experiences were the trolls. Like, he said that one of his favorite experiences was driving out to save Julie, even if she wasn't there. Like, just the drive made him happy.
Well, I mean, going out on the big drive like that. Even though it was for a fucking troll, I mean, that's a very grown-up decision. A poorly structured one, but still a grown-up decision. He was making a life change, and in a weird way, that's admirable.
We got a super chat. Made it. Glad to see Chris Style. Congrats again on 20K Rogue.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's
Oh,
continue this. I'm eager to get to the outside.
What's going on in here? Another hallway.
There's more hallways than I thought there would be.
I feel like the house is mostly hallways. It's like a labyrinth.
You get lost searching for Chris.
It's like a fucking Pac-Man maze. You go through one room and you end up on the other side of the house. There's hallways made of trash.
Utility room. This,
Utility room, and he's got another
Hey, that's a
fridge.
classic.
Oh, hey, yeah, it's in the fucking laundry.
Hello.
But utility room, and they have another fridge. Imagine how high their electric bill is.
Way too fucking much. What's even in that fridge?
I don't know. I guess it's Bob's shit, because I assume he
Stored
wouldn't want to
semen.
go upstairs.
Ugh. Yeah, I'd imagine so, like TV dinners and shit.
washer and dryer. The hallway leading outside. Door. This was the family room.
This was the family. This was the family room. Like, that's a dark representation of what's happened to his life.
It basically, the house died. Everything that Chandler's touched just fucking wilts. And
Yeah.
that's pretty sad.
And it's not even a quick
Ugh.
death. It's always a slow, painful one for anything involved with Chris.
Poor thing. Ugh.
Hi, Pop. What you up to?
Going to see.
Okay. Get on out of here.
I can't even fucking see Bob.
He's trapped under the fucking garbage. He's trying to. I'll be out later. Get me my axe.
Like, he said, "Hello, father," and I'm looking for him. Like, where is he? Am I blind?
He's trapped under 300 boxes.
I'm gonna fucking
29.
rewind that. I'm gonna rewind that. And tell me if you can spot Bob. It's like, where's Waldo? Where the fuck is he?
Going to see.
Like, I
I
hear
got no
him.
fucking idea.
I hear him, but I can't find him.
He's gone.
What you up
Where is he?
Fuck, I'm telling you, he's right in front of us, just under all that shit.
We got another super chat. Hey guys, always good to see Chris Chan content for both of you. Some ironic normal in this crazy world, but both the two worlds collide on the inside. And then we got two more super chats. I'm gonna, Bob, I'm gonna go chop that trash down. No, he likes the trash. He spilled Sunny D on his lap and died due to his allergic to Sunny D. That's a reference to my shit.
up to?
Going to see.
I can't fucking find
Get
him.
on out of here. Okay.
Oh, there. No, that's not him. That's more trash.
Surprise, surprise.
Family room is basically used for my dad viewing television. a little bit of comfort, and leave some alone on that bed over there.
Oh, is that the end? Okay, that's the end.
Yep.
What did you think of that inside house tour?
I felt very cozy and at home. That house is very welcoming. Welcoming if you like living in fucking trash and bugs, but welcoming nonetheless.
I would say it's generous to call it a crack shack.
Yeah.
Let's see how everything looks outside.
Alright, so we've seen the inside, so let's take a look outside and let the kitty come in.
He wants to come in. Hello, kitty. See you later.
If you can find him.
I hate the voice he uses when he talks to animals.
I
For
hate
some reason, that makes me angry.
I hate all the pretend voices he does. Like,
Yeah.
he always tries to sound joyful and playful like a child, and it's very uncanny. Because it's an adult doing it.
I just hate that fucking voice. Something about it. It's like nails on chalkboard to me. It makes me irrationally violent. And I think I might start breaking shit.
Take a shot for every video pause challenge. I'm dead.
Yep. Some of the front yard. It's a bit of a cloudy day. Brown shit in my ear.
It's sad that even his garden is dead. Like, there's nothing growing in there. Maybe it's winter. No,
Yeah,
it's
this
filmed
looks like
in...
winter. It looks cold.
It says it was uploaded in March.
Well, it's still cold in March in Virginia.
I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's just sad because everything looks dead. All their blinds are tore up. Their house looks completely fucked. And there's like semblance that someone used this house once. Like there's like a little patio outside. But you know no one sits at that patio.
It's just that house always looks dead.
This
Always.
reminds me of the I don't know what the fuck name that is. Some song, Toxic Garbage Island.
This house is one big trash bag.
This would be some of my father's daylily garden. More beautiful during the summertime, but the flowers have not yet bloomed.
How does the city never get on them for how fucking trashy their place looks?
I can only assume that Virginia has different standards. Because I know in Oklahoma, like, as long as your house wasn't toxic, you could have it be disheveled. But if you were in a neighborhood, then the neighborhood would get onto you. So I don't know what the
Right.
standards are for Virginia, if they have standards.
I mean, I've never really looked around like I should, but look around like Ruckersville using Google Maps and shit and see if the entire area is just one big sweaty armpit or not.
Well,
Because this is just fucking disgusting.
What's funny is I went to look at Chris's house on Google Maps the other day, and Google Maps is actually blocked off viewing Chris's house.
What? Why?
You can't view Chris's house anymore. You can't even go down his street. It's blocked.
I gotta fucking see this for myself.
And type in his address. You can't see his house anymore. Like-
Must have been because of all the people fucking with Google because it was the Sonichu headquarters.
Yeah, you can't drag and drop the little Google location guy there anymore.
You're fucking right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Google
you can't even do it
blocked
for
off
the
his
side
street.
streets.
No, it's
You
blocked.
can't do it for Holly Lane, Cedar Lane, Green Lee Drive, nothing. Westwood
Any-
Drive, nothing. And you
Any
can't go
place
in.
where you could see Chris's house is gone. You can't see his house anymore. And I know you could at one point because people did a little thing where they went from his house all the way to the Julie trip to show you what it was like. And now you can't because that house is fucking blocked off from Google.
Fucked up, man.
Yeah, they
That's
blocked
all
off his
kinds
house.
of fucked Google censorship.
They blocked off Chris's house.
I hate that.
My father's garden shed. Comes out here, listens to Music on warm days. All that good stuff in there. Got a swing in there. Swing.
Oh, we got another super chat. There was apparently a murder at that house before. That might just be an urban legend. Imagine the fleas
Yeah.
and bed bugs. I'm getting deep cleaning every time. I don't know. I don't know if you can clean Chris's house at this point. I think it'd be better just to tear it down.
The only way to clean it is to burn it. Cleanse it of its sins.
It's already been burned and it survived.
Yeah, that's true. Can't fucking disagree with that.
A side of the house. Got bats in our belfry. Got more stuff around here.
His property is actually pretty big. Like, I didn't know that his
Yeah.
backyard was so large.
That's quite a bit to maintain, all things considered.
He could invite people over and have, like, people come to, like, cookouts and shit and sell food. But that would require him doing something.
Yeah, that requires productivity.
But he could rent out his backyard for people to hang out at if he really wanted to. And people would.
He could make money. Yeah, he could make money doing that. He could, like, fucking just have like, a grill out or something.
Like,
But
have
he
a
doesn't.
Sonichu summer cookout.
Yeah! Capitalize on that shit. I don't know, maybe that'd be a
There's
disaster.
an arboretum. That would be the workshop.
Holy fuck, do they have, like, 2 sheds here? Like, I didn't know they had the gardening shed and this one. Their property is big enough to have 2 sheds located on it.
The only one I know of is the one where they had, like, the sign for Bob.
That's
and
this one.
Chris.
He shows this one, which is the one with the sign, but then there was also a gardening shed.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that.
Again, or at least used to be a workshop before the inside got cluttered with more junk.
I love how he keeps saying that there's junk everywhere, but he's not blaming anyone.
Of course, it's just a happenstance.
More flower beds look bare this summertime. We have a hill.
You know, I was shitting on this house saying no one would want to buy it, but it's actually pretty big.
I mean, the land could be reused, but I think the house has to go.
Yeah, definitely. But, like, with this much property, I think someone would want this. Like, just for how big this land is. You could build a bigger house here.
I mean, you could, but still, I feel like the land at least would be haunted. It'd be like building on an Indian burial ground or Native American
A
burial ground.
Cherokee burial ground. We got another super chat. Guys, this is a prime example of no matter how bad things get, they can always get worse. You're right.
Yeah, it's always bad.
It's a hill. How would you say a hill? It's a hill. I can't see the front of the front door of the workshop clearly because it's cluttered. This is the back of the house. Got back porch. That's cluttered too. That's our gazebo.
Holy fuck, this place is giant. This is bigger than
He's
any
got a
property
lot.
I've lived on.
He's got a lot of land, and all he does is spin it inside.
I've never seen him hang out in like in the gazebo and shit. Like, this place is big. This is bigger than any property I've ever lived on. That's insane.
And he wastes it all.
I know, he could do so much with this. It's just a shame that it's just him and his mom rotting away in there.
That is genuinely a fucking shame.
Imagine
Because there's so much cool shit could be done with that amount of land. You could have a nice sized family there.
Imagine if Chris cared, none of this would happen. I don't even think it's Chris's fault for the house being like this. It's his parents' fault too. They could hire some help. They had money at this point in time. They chose not to.
Fuckers.
I just tripped over a branch. I could see better if we didn't have so many trees. This is Patty's pen. My dog. Yeah, God rest her soul. God bless her soul. Out here a little bit. Yeah. We buried her right there next to the gazebo. There's the doghouse.
Why didn't they bury her in
house
the
that weighed
pen?
tons, because that would make too much sense.
Like,
That's the fucking the doghouse that weighed more than any tombstone.
yeah. Like, if your dog died and you wanted a good burial spot, would you choose A, the land that won't be used for anything after because the dog is fucking dead, or B, next to the gazebo where people presumably sit?
Obviously the gazebo, because nothing says, gazebo family time like a dead fucking dog.
Right there.
Yeah.
We miss you, Patty.
Rip Patty.
This is a huge yard, but Patty lived in a tiny kennel. I know! If Patty lived in that little spot when this yard is massive.
Just fucking neglect, dude. That's really what it comes down to.
It's sad. It's really sad that they weren't better at everything.
Literally anything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, this branch fell down from that tree. It's too heavy to pick up.
That's bullshit. That branch is not that heavy.
Oh no, wood never really is. He's just lazy.
He
Better
could cut
really
that. Like, you can get some... I know Bob has clippers. You can just clip it off and then take it off. It's not that big of a branch. It's not
Yeah.
like a limb.
Yeah, that's just him being fucking lazy.
This is filmed like a horror movie. Like, he keeps aiming the camera down at the ground, fucking shaking it around. It's like the Blair Witch Project.
It was making me think of like Outlast. Somebody earlier, when it was inside of the house, they said it reminds him of the new Resident Evil that got shown off with the big titty vampire.
Chris fucking wishes.
Oh fuck.
I bet you the vampires have a better house. It's covered in blood, but I bet you it's tidier.
Oh, it's covered in fucking viscera, but it still smells better. At least. It has to.
That would be the back door, but that door is cluttered with stuff, so we can't go in that way.
That's when you have a fucking problem, Chris. You shouldn't let your back door be cluttered. I really hope that modern day Christian, his back door isn't cluttered, because he's already survived one fire. Like, that's not a good idea to clutter off an entire escape route.
He could just climb over the trash, I guess. Just put out the fire by throwing a bunch of trash on it. Suffocate it. That'll work.
God. How Chris burned alive 101.
That'd be terrible.
There's a tractor. And cars.
I can't believe they hoard cars, too. Who needs 4 vehicles?
I mean, the most vehicles I ever had at one time was 3, but to be fair, they were different vehicles for different situations, but those are all like front-wheel drive standard vehicles. It's just
the van
waste.
is the only one that makes sense to have as an additional vehicle. Cause, like,
right, because of family.
Yeah, it's like we need more people for this vehicle. That's fine. But all the rest of them are just cars. I mean, maybe Bob and Barb having a car of their own makes sense, but like either give Chris the van or let him use one of your cars. There's no need to have 4 vehicles.
Because they got to pay taxes on those too. I mean, that's just a waste of money.
And they gotta pay gas, presumably, if all 4 of them were being driven. And if you don't drive it, they start to lock up over time, making them worthless.
Yeah, because it's just gonna they're just gonna sit and they're gonna dry out. And I mean, that's got to be how didn't one of his vehicles he cracked the head?
I don't
Or some
remember.
shit like that.
I wouldn't
he
be
stole
shocked.
the vehicle, they cracked the head, and he was trying to say it was a good fixer-upper, even though that's literally dead. I mean, you're fucked if you crack the head.
He's fucking clueless. It was probably the van with the cracked head. I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
Because I don't even remember them using the van.
I could see that.
And, oh yeah. There's the, arch where I sat down and did that fun little picture of me and Patty sitting together.
And look at it now. It's all faded and decrepit, like his memories. It's really sad.
It's depressing. It really is. Like it's hard to see anything like that because it's such a broken, dead family. And it was even then too.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because my family moved a lot. But can you imagine having your furniture in the same spot like 10, 20 years later?
No, that's just no.
Never moving it, never replacing it, never painting it. Just leave it there for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes me uncomfortable to think about.
It's just
I don't
weird.
fuck with it.
I bet you the Chandler house still looks like this. For anything they weren't forced to move because of the fire, it's probably all in the same spot.
Yeah, I could see that. It stayed mostly the same. Nothing really ever changed.
I know some trolls fucked with shit, and they ended up stealing some shit. And Chris, with his infinite wisdom, said it was the firefighters.
What a fucking idiot. But why even bother stealing shit? That's fucking petty.
Well, they stole personal information, like his records and shit, because they wanted to copy it and put it online.
That's still really shitty.
It is. It's really shitty, really petty. They stole a bunch of fucking documents from Chris's house. That's where a lot of the shit from the Quickie comes from, is shit that they took from Chris's trash.
Yeah. I always wondered how they got that, because there's a lot of shit I really doubt Chris would give, so that makes sense.
The autism papers, they come from that too. Like a lot of his high school records come from them digging around in the fire burned shit.
Man, that's creepy, man.
Yeah, I don't want to imagine the type of guy who
psychotic.
breaks into a burnt house to look for trash.
Ugh, yeah, that's fucking weird, dude. That's sickly obsessed, I would say.
Well, that's the thing though. Like people in the Christian sphere want to judge each other a lot, but you gotta remember, there's a lot weirder people. There's people who want to do weird shit to Chris, and there's people who want to steal his shit and want to fucking learn every minute detail, and they'll go to crazy extents to get it. There's people out there who don't have boundaries.
I'm fascinated by Chris, probably I would say to an unhealthy extent too, but nothing like this.
Yeah,
This bothers me a lot.
I don't know what came in someone's head where they're like, oh yeah, Chris is at a different place because his house caught on fire. Let's go.
That's some crackhead energy.
Fucking
really
modern
don't
day
fucking like that.
archaeologist.
Oh fuck.
Is there a cat? Hi, Scamper. What you doing over there?
Didn't Scamper die a painful death? I think he
I think
was
most Chandler animals do.
I think Scamper didn't get out lucky. I think he died in the fire. Either that
Is
or he
there a
got hit by a
single
car.
Chandler that dies peacefully?
No.
Come to think of it,
No.
that's very fucking depressing.
I think with Bob, it was a mixture of heart failure and being eaten by bugs.
Chris tried to claim it was a loud noise.
He's a fucking liar. They said that they had to quarantine him because they didn't know what caused the bites. He's a fucking liar. If Chris Chan and Onion Boy met, Onision wouldn't go anywhere near Chris. He'd have to disinfect himself. He's a fucking germphobe.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Onision,
they
he's a
live in
fucking
Phil-
weirdo. Like, Onision is such a germphobe that he wants to get rid of, like, swampland near his house just because he's so fucking disgusted by it.
That's why he did it?
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. He wants to get rid of that shit just for the sake of it. People told him, like, this is important to the environment. You can't do this. And he's like, I don't care.
That's really autistic.
Onision's a fucking retard. I don't think he'd get anywhere near Chris. He'd freak out.
Yeah, that's really autistic.
Yeah. There's Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Yeah. Hi, buddy. What you up to? Hi, Lucy.
Do you hear like how out of breath Chris is just by walking around his house?
I mean, that's really He's got how fat? Well, like, did they ever get estimates of how much he weighed at his peak?
He lies. You can't trust Chris on his weight.
Fuck. Then it's a very strong house to be able to lift not only Barb but Chris with it.
God.
Lucy. Hey, baby. Hi, buddy. Just wondering about, aren't you? Yeah.
And, in the distance there, that's our mailbox.
Fascinating.
I would really want to know, like, when Chris leaves this neighborhood, I want someone to interview the neighbors. Go door to door. I want to
Yes.
know what they thought of him.
They surely, because he seems like he'd be really try to be friendly and talkative with his neighbors. But I feel like they've also seen a lot of really cursed shit.
Like him running out naked or something. I could picture them having a horror story or two.
Oh, for sure.
Just an old mailbox. Bad, but as long as it's paint through weather. Anyway, that's our house. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of a tour. Have a good day.
Okay, so that's the whole house tour. What did you think of this cursed experience?
I kind of liked it, to be quite honest. Like I said, it was very homey. It was cozy, and I felt like I learned a bit more, and I felt like I was there. It was like a VR experience. I had fun.
We got a super chat. Chris Chan makes me feel more uncomfortable than the homeless guy who got arrested from a local Dunkin' Donuts for yanking it in the eating area. Wow, that's a lot of disgust. For me, I would say that this house gives me eerie vibes. Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable looking at it. Like, I'm not really as disgusted as I thought I would be. It just makes me sad looking at it, because I know it was something good at one point. You can see semblances of what it used to be. And it's just kind of sad, because it's like, in the right hands, this would be a cute little house. It'd be a great little house, but sadly, the Chandlers have it.
Yeah, it's like I said, everything that Chandler's touched just wilts. It turns to nothing. It dies.
So yeah, that was the inside and outside tour of his house. I know this is a really long video. We watched 2 5-minute videos just about. I know it's going to be like 2 hours. That's usually how it goes, because I pause all the time. I don't get why people get upset about that, because, like, what's the point of just watching it straight without talking about it?
Yeah, at that point they can just watch it on their own.
I know, like, what the fuck is going on with that? Everyone's like, you're pausing it too much. Do you want me to just play it? Because I could give you a link.
It'd be one thing if you were pausing a lot, when nothing's happening. But at least with this video, right? There's a lot constantly happening. He's constantly moving. You're seeing new things within seconds.
There's a lot to look at too. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many little parts of the whole premises that's just really interesting, because it's shit you don't see all the time. How many Christian videos do you fucking see the gazebo or Patty's area or the 2 sheds, or even figure out that there's 2 bathrooms? Because I didn't know there was 2 bathrooms till today.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either.
Fucking crazy. I've learned a lot from this house tour. I'm actually glad that we're watching these videos. Hopefully you guys are hyped, because the next time we stream, it'll be Bob's reaction to this video. And I'm sure everybody's been waiting for that one.
That's a good one.
So yeah, thank you for being here, Rogue, and thank you guys for watching and
No problem.
donating. Bye guys.
Yeah. See ya.